Alright, now we're going to take it one step further, and we are going to look at a completed multi-view. This is what we were doing last week, and we're going to turn that into a 3D isometric. Okay? So, before we had the blocks, we could look at them, we could see that shape. We had a very good visual of it. When you do it like this, you gotta think outside the box a little bit, and you have to challenge yourself to picture these three views as a shape. So I know this is always my front view. Bottom left picture is always the front view. This is always top's on top. This is always side's on the side. Okay, right side. It's always the right side. So, looking at these dimensions and looking at all three views of the object, I need to figure out how to picture that object and how to put it on my paper as an ISO. Okay, your drawing setup is, we're going to call this multi to ISO. Number one, first initial dot last name. Ratio is 1 to 2, so that means 1 unit on this multi-view is going to be 2 units on my graph paper, and you obviously need a border. Let's go ahead and set your drawing up, pause the video, and then resume after you get that. Okay, so the first view we're going to look at on here needs to be our front view. Okay, this is the front view. And we're going to start with this corner where my cursor is, the bottom right corner of it. Okay? Starting point needs to be somewhere right around here. Drop you a starting point dot. So this point is where my cursor's at on that multi-view. And the line that I'm going to draw first is going to be this bottom line here. Okay? I get the dimension right here, 3. So that line is 3 units wide. Okay? My ratio says I'm 1 to 2, so I'm going to double that number. I'm going to go 6 units. So here I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw that line. Alright, now I'm going to come up here, up the Y. That line I just drew is this line. Okay, now I'm going to jump up the Y, straight up the Y. That number is also 3. I'm getting that from right here. Okay, I'm going to double it to get my ratio right. So I'm going to go up 6. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I'm going to come over right here. I see that that is 1. I'm going to double it to get my scale right. So I'm going to go 2. That's a width. So I'm going to put it on the X. 1, 2. Okay. So now I'm here. I'm going to come down. There's my dimension that says it's 1. I'm going to double it to get my scale right. So I'm going to come down 1, 2. Okay. Come over. The dimension is 1. My scale makes it 2. 1, 2. Okay. I'm going to come down 1 to get my scale right. It's going to be down 2. 1, 2. I'm going to, so now I'm here. Okay. I'm going to come over 1 unit. My scale makes it 2. 1, 2. And if I've done everything correct, I should have to just come straight down that Y 2 units. So there's the front view. This view is this on a multi-view. You should be able to see that, and that should make sense. Okay. Now we just need to add our depth. Our depth is 3, and it's 3 everywhere. Alright, I don't even really need to use both views. In either view, I can see that my depth is going to be 3, and it's just the same all the way through. Okay, that number shows depth. Depth is 3, depth is 3, depth is 3, depth is 3. Or up here, depth is 3, depth is 3, depth is 3, depth is 3. Okay? So everywhere that there's going to be a visible corner in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots, I need a depth line going straight up the z-axis. The number is 3. The ratio doubles it and makes it 6. Okay? So straight up the z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and if you did that right, this line on the back should just perfectly parallel this line on the front and just step itself all the way down. And if that works out, then go ahead and take your ruler and connect the backs of them. Right there, straight down, right there, straight over, right there, straight down, right there, straight over, straight down. Okay, I'll zoom in for you if you need to count squares. So hopefully you can see how this drawing in multi-view is this drawing in 3D isometric. There's my front view. I see that right there. If you were going to look straight at this from this side, you would only see this face. You wouldn't see the top of this step. Think about it. You're looking straight on it from the side. You wouldn't see the top of this step. You'd see this face. You wouldn't see the top of this step. You'd see this face, and you wouldn't see the top of this step. And you wouldn't see any of this because you're looking straight on it from the side. So it would look just like that. You just see the front of a step, the front of a step, and the front of a step. Okay? If you're looking down at it from the top, right here, you're just going to see the top of a step, the top of a step, and the top of a step.